Hello, the top stories today. Healthcare workers in the country have urged the federal government to extend the retirement age to bridge the manpower shortage in the health sector. A colossal amount of water is moving towards the Russian city of Kurgan. The region's governor has said so. The Leverkusen City Council is examining the requirement to officially name a street, a square, or a road after Bayern Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso. Welcome to News Hour, this hour with me, Chioma Victor on TV Sapiens. I will begin in health, where healthcare workers in the country have urged the federal government to extend the retirement age to bridge the manpower shortage in the health sector. The health workers want the retirement age for consultants to be 70 years and 65 years for other cadres in the sector, as applicable in the education and other sectors. The government had in October 2023 approved the appointment of doctors, nurses and other clinical healthcare workers as contract staff after attaining their compulsory retirement age or years, but the healthcare workers said the policy was unsustainable. Daily, skilled health professionals migrate to developed countries to seek greener pastures, leaving medical facilities to struggle with limited manpower, poor remuneration, rising insecurity, inadequate diagnostic facilities, and poor working conditions are also among the reasons for the mass exodus. Away from that, the acting chairman of the Benue State Internal Revenue Service, Emmanuel Agena, has said 35 people who engage in illegal tax collection in the state are facing prosecution. He said that the agency was targeting to generate over 16 billion naira in 2024. The acting BIRS chairman, who disclosed this on Monday while speaking with journalists, added that in 2023, the board surpassed its 14 billion naira target. Agena lamented the activities of illegal tax collectors in the state, noting that most of them had the backing of prominent individuals. He said under his watch, the era of patronizing politicians had become history. The BIRS boss frowned on the recent incident where a truck conveying palliatives from Adamawa State to Anambra State was hijacked by some youths in Aliede, Gwa East. The Independent National Electoral Commission on Monday tendered electoral documents against the Social Democratic Party and its candidate Murtala Ajaka at the Kogi Governorship Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja. The SDP and its candidate in the November 11, 2023 Kogi Governorship election are challenging the declaration of Usman Ododo of the All Progressives Congress as the winner of the poll. Ododo won the election with 446,237 votes to defeat his closest rival, Ajaka of the SDP, who scored 253,052. The petitioners had on April 6 closed their case after calling 25 witnesses. During Monday's proceedings, INEC opened their case by submitting some documents before a three-member panel of justices led by Justice Adoberni Kudu. Some of the documents tendered on Monday by the Commission's lawyer, Uchenna Njoko, include INEC regulations and guidelines for the conduct of the election, INEC manuals for electoral officers, and INEC Form EC8C. Away from that, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio has called on the police, particularly Inspector General Kayode Ebotokun, to weed out bad officers from the force. This was as he pledged the full cooperation and support of the National Assembly for Better Policing of Nigeria. Akpabio said this at the maiden edition of the Nigeria Police Awards and Commendation Ceremony held on Monday evening in Abuja. The Senate President commended the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebotokun, and the entire leadership of the Nigeria Police Force for organizing the event and urged them to use the occasion to celebrate the achievements of the Nigeria Police Force and to reiterate the commitment of working together for a safer and more secure Nigeria. The National Security Advisor, Nuhuru Badu, yesterday, Monday, said the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government has so far rescued over 1,000 kidnapped victims without paying a ransom. Ribadu said this when he received 22 students and staff of the Federal University of Gusau, Zamfara State rescued on Sunday. The bandits had on September 22, 2023 invaded the institution and abducted over 30 students and members of staff. The Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, Mani Muni, who was at the university to sympathize with the families and the school authorities over the incident, called on security agencies to contesting the rescue of the kidnapped students. In a press statement, the spokesperson for the Zamfara State Police Command, Yazid Abubakar, assured that the command would ensure the rescue of all kidnapped students as it had deployed an additional tactical team for search and rescue operations. We move to Delta State, where Delta government says it has prohibited journeys on its water bodies for actors to carry out their creative talent without putting on life jackets and ensuring other safety measures. This contained in a condolence message by the State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Dr. Nnamdi Ije, to the families of those who lost their lives in the ill-fated boat mishap on the River Niger last week. Made available to newsmen in Asaba yesterday, Monday, according to the later dated April 11, 2024, the Commissioner conveyed the sympathies of the state government and the creative family in the state for the unfortunate incident of April 10, 2024. The Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, last week in Lagos clarified issues causing controversy over the 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway after the inspection tour of the coastal road arising from allegation of lack of transparency in the award and costing of the critical project that connects the southwest and south-south of Nigeria. Senator Umahi, at a press conference and stakeholders meeting, insisted that due process was followed in the award of the contract to High-Tech Construction Company without going through a public tender system. Umahi stated that competence and track record, especially given that High-Tech was instrumental to the reclamation work on the beach in Lagos, were some of the reasons the company was picked. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar had a few days ago, in a statement, said the project had exposed the current administration's alleged penchant for dubious and shady deals. Away from that, and indeed away from Nigeria, Israel is calling for sanctions to be imposed on Iran's missile project after it launched an unprecedented attack on its territory. A wave of missiles and drones were fired from Iran, Iraq, Syria and Yemen on Saturday, with most being downed by Israel and its allies. Israel's war cabinet has met but not said what it plans to do, but the military chief of staff has said the attack will not go unanswered. Tehran says the attack was retaliation for the presumed Israeli airstrike on its consulate in Syria on April 1, in which 13 people were killed. Since the Israel-Gaza war erupted 6 months ago, Israel has ramped up its targeting of Iran over its funding and arming of Hamas. Meanwhile, in Gaza, Israeli forces began a military operation in Beit Hanun, a town in the northeast of the Strip. A colossal amount of water is moving towards the Russian city of Kurgan. The region's governor has said this. Vadim Shumkov said that the swollen Tobol River and its tributaries had produced water levels twice those of the last major flood in 1994. Floods over the past 2 weeks have forced evacuations of tens of thousands of people from northern Kazakhstan and bordering areas of Russia. They are caused by the rapid melting of snow and the ice combined with heavy rain. On his Telegram channel, Mr. Shumkov urged everyone in areas threatened by flooding to leave their houses immediately, with waters expected to rise as high as 11 meters, that's 36 feet above normal. Away from that, proposed design of a terrain station in the Chinese city of Nanjing has attracted the attention of Chinese internet users for all the wrong reasons. Authorities say the design of the North Nanjing station takes inspiration from plum blossoms, which the city is known for. But online, others are pointing out its resemblance to something rather different. That's a sanitary pad. The topic has generated millions of views across Chinese social media platforms. Arsenal is preparing for a potentially season-defining Champions League clash against Bayern Munich on Wednesday, as familiar doubts simmer over whether they can handle the pressure after their damaging Premier League defeat by Aston Villa. Sunday's 2-0 loss brought back uncomfortable memories for Mikel Arteta's side, who led the way for most of last season before buckling in the home straight, allowing Manchester City to overtake them. Long-suffering fans fear the worst again, with City now on top of the pile once more and the favourites to seal an unprecedented fourth straight top-flight title. Away from that, Mauricio Pochettino said on yesterday he will not accept seeing his players squabble over penalty duties after his biggest win as Chelsea boss was marred by teammate fighting to take a spot kick. Cole Palmer eventually took responsibility to score his fourth goal in a 6-0 rout of Everton on to move the Blues to within 3 points of the Premier League's top 6. However, a night to serve for Pochettino was soured by Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson, having to be forcefully removed by captain Gono Gallagher to allow Palmer to continue his perfect record from the spot this season with a score at a 4-0. The Leverkusen City Council is examining the requirement to officially name a street, a square or a road after Bayern Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso. Alonso led Leverkusen to a historic maiden Bundesliga title, and they were crowned champions after a 5-0 win over Werder Bremen on Sunday. Ahead of the match, fans placed a Xabi Alonso Alley, Xabi Alonso Avenue, stickers on street signs, and City is now looking into ways of making it official. Of course, we'll keep bringing you updates on that. That will be a wrap for the news hour. This hour, a quick reminder of our top stories in health. We told you that healthcare workers in Nigeria have urged the federal government to extend the retirement age to bridge the manpower shortage in the health sector. A colossal amount of water is moving towards the Russian city of Kurgan. The region's governor has said this. The Leverkusen City Council is examining the requirement to officially name a street, a square, or a road after Bayern Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso. That's it on News Hour this hour. On behalf of the entire editorial news and production crew, my name is Chioma Victor. Stay with us here on TV Sapiencia. News Hour comes again live by 4 p.m. Nigerian time. In the interim, kindly be security conscious, be on the alert. Do have a great and a productive day ahead of you. Stay with us.